The gospel today promotes a paradox, a very difficult one for you and for me. And we see this in the question that James and John asked the Lord. Let us share in your glory. Let one of us be on your left and the other on your right in your kingdom. I think that we could safely say that these two men were rather ambitious. And that's the paradox. Because in our culture, in our country, we are taught from the earliest age that we must be ambitious. Ambition lies at the heart of our culture. I can't help but think of the terminology we hear often, make America great, make America great again. It's not a bad thing, but it reflects the culture that we have, it reflects where we come from, it reflects what our society says is important and necessary. And that's what we think. That's the cup we've drunk. Because not anyone here wants to be a failure. We want to get ahead. We want to do well. We want to have a great reputation. Sometimes we have to admit we want to be better. Not just better than we could be ourselves, but better than others. That competitive streak is very American, isn't it? And it's a challenge because it's a paradox. And today we hear in the gospel how difficult it is. And Jesus says, it's not mine to give. You don't know what you're asking. If we go to the 15th chapter of the Gospel of Mark, we'll see who gets to be on his left or right. The good thief and the bad thief. Do you aspire to be one of them? No, Jesus has a very difficult answer. He who desires to be first will be last. We come close to his glory in acts of service and of love. When we look at the cross, we see in the eyes of the world an abject and total failure. We think of the defeat of Christ. How many people, and I think of that Hawkins character who is so brilliant, he thinks God never existed. That was his last written text, I believe, so they tell me. Because he cannot understand this. You know, the whole idea of redemptive suffering is so intensely Roman Catholic. We'll include the Orthodox in this one. We share. It is Catholic because it sets us apart so differently than our brothers and sisters across the aisle. It's Catholic because we are taught in our Catholic faith to unite our sufferings to the sufferings of Christ. And as I look out this morning, as I see faces, many of whom I've gotten to know over my 5 years at St. Peter's, I see faces of people who have suffered. In some cases, I've been with you when a spouse has died, when a child has passed. That's the hardest one. I've been with you in the hospital. You've shared with me and given me the opportunity to hear of intense family struggles and sufferings. I mean, if you think about it, you know, we all want to think that everything is perfect and that everyone looks at us as if we're perfect because that's the persona, the facade that we want to show. But the reality is that every single person in this pew today suffers. Will face suffering. But the distinction, the difference that we have to ponder in the words of the Holy Bible, the Scriptures, the Gospel today is, what difference does it make? You see, the world wants you to believe that suffering is not good, that it's bad, that you should never do it, you should never embrace it, you should run from it. It's evil. But that's not what the cross tells us. The cross tells us that the suffering of Christ is the most redemptive act in the history of the world. I think of the family whose wife became intensely ill. with a malady that she can never be healed of. I don't think when they walk down the aisle to get married that they necessarily understood at that moment what it meant to say for better or for worse in sickness and in health. Richer or poorer, they're poor because of that cost of the suffering that they pay for. The medical expenses are very high. Insurance companies do an 80-20 split. And that 20 can be awful. And now there are children to be cared for, a wife in serious agony. That's suffering. What it would be like if the man were to run away at that moment and say, I didn't intend to take this on. This is too much for me. What if Christ had said that on the cross? Get me down from here. I don't like these people. They don't love me. They want to kill me. Why should I do this? It is a paradox, a great difficulty for me as I stand in front to preach. And we hear that line from the first reading, the Lord was pleased to crush him into infirmity. Not anyone here wants to suffer. And I would encourage you not to run to suffering, not to seek it out. The reality is, it is a part of the human existence. And the importance of it is this: when we see the value of it, when we see the goodness of it, when we see the power of it, we can be transformed. And so our Lord tells these two young men, James and John, you will drink. And we know that James is the first of the apostles to be killed, murdered, martyred. John, while he died a natural death at his old age, did not have an easy life. It was hard. He was banished. It was a difficult and lonely existence. If we are serious, my friends, about becoming disciples of our Lord Jesus Christ, we must learn, accept, and embrace redemptive suffering. This is what makes us different, but it is the heart of the Catholic faith. Today I think about a priest that embraced this. His name was Father Andrea Santoro. He was a priest from Italy. He was serving in Turkey, Adana. You may know that even today, it was at the time I was there in 2002, not a place that welcomed Christianity or Christians. Some of you remember the pastor that was just released from prison simply for being a Christian, for not being afraid to proclaim Christ in a country where that is illegal. Father Andrea Santoro was assassinated in 2006. But despite the danger, the suffering he endured in his service there, death was not an obstacle for him, but a way of bringing Christ to the Turkish people. And this is what he himself said. He wrote, I am here to dwell among these people and enable Jesus to do so by lending him my flesh. Sometimes it can be very hard to lend our flesh to Christ because we might not think he understands. I was reading in preparation for today's homily. Someone wrote, God had only one child on earth who lived without sin, but he didn't have any that lived without suffering. Don't delude yourself. Jesus knew by experience what it was like. It was not an abstract thought for him. It did not require his imagination. If God allows us to suffer, he knows that we can endure it. And it can become a golden opportunity for us to exercise our trust in him. I know that many are stoic in our pews today. You like to keep your suffering intensely personal. You don't want anyone to know. Sometimes it's wonderful when we can share our challenges and others can lift us up. They can pray for us. They can be one with us in our suffering. But sometimes we simply keep it to ourselves. We want to suffer in silence. It may be a form of pride, or it may be a means of keeping people from having pity on us. So that can be very hard for us too. But today, we are not alone. God is with us every moment, every hour, every day, because he wants our lives to share in the meaning of the life of Christ on the cross. I know that you can think about your own suffering. Maybe it seems inconsequential compared to someone else in your pew that you know has gone through utter agony. But nonetheless, it is your cross. Christ wants to help you carry it today. He wants to lift you up. He wants you to know that he bore it for you, bears it for you, and continues to care for you. And so today, let's think about ambition. Everything in this parish we seek to have a balance in, and ambition is one of those things that we seek to be balanced about. So yes, let's make our parish great. Let's make our country great. But let's make it great by our reliance not on ourselves, not thinking that we are God, but that with God, with Christ, all things become possible. Because by his stripes we are healed. Through his infirmities we are made whole. James and John didn't know that when they asked the big question. They would learn much later. Maybe we can have the benefit of hindsight